Alright, so we're done weaving, and I know that some folks didn't quite get done all the way to the top weaving. Even when you just try to squish it out, spread it out, it's still not going to get to the top. That's okay. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and finish your print. Alright, so remember we're really talking about pattern here. So we've got our print pattern, right? This is an A, B, C, D pattern. We have patterns here with our weaving, individual patterns here. Some of you did a pattern throughout the whole weaving, some just did sections with patterns. Weaving itself is an A, B pattern, just sort of repeat it all over. And that's all wonderful, but we're done weaving even if you're not done weaving and you haven't actually finished. That's okay. What you're going to do is you're just going to very carefully cut off the extra strings, and be very careful that you don't cut any of the warp strings, okay, any of the up and down strings, especially up here where those strings are still exposed. It's a lot safer to cut the strings cut the yarn when the warp strings aren't exposed, but up here it's just a little, you just need to be careful. Then you're going to push your weaving into the middle so that you have some warp strings up top and some in the bottom. This makes it look more intentional, okay? This centers it. This makes it look like you didn't just not finish on time, but like you're centering it a little bit. Spread that out just a little bit. We're not going to do a super tight weaving because these are for display. If this was, you know, for wearing, you would want it to be nice and tight, but this is for display. Then we're going to take our print and slip it right underneath. And I've cut the paper so that it is the same size as under here, but it's really tight, so you just gotta kind of work it a little bit. Alright, then center this, and what's nice is that it should pretty much center where the weaving is in the middle 3 rows, and you've got 3 rows on the either side there. Then we're going to frame it, and I'm going to cut this off right there because that's. So I've pre-cut these black frames for you. Okay. You're going to get the glue. And you're going to glue along the edge, just a little line of glue along the paper lawn edge, and then on like 4 of these tabs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your frame, and it's going to line up with the top of your paper and just right on the edges of the glue. Lines up, just make it nice and centered there. And gently set that off to the side. Then you have a nice big piece of paper here, a great big piece of paper, and I'm going to put it just sideways so you can see it. I've penciled in the frame, the same size as your framed artwork. But before you do that, make sure that you flip this over and write your name and your hour. Okay, so like if you're in 1B, you would write 1B. If you're in my first hour B day, or if you're in 2B or 2A or whatever class you're in, make sure you put that hour there and your name. That way you will receive the grade that you've earned. All right, and then put a line of glue all around the edge of that penciled in area, and then just a little snake, okay, of glue. That is really all you need. Okay. Carefully lift up your weaving by the loom because the glue is still drying, and lay it inside that area. The glue is still wet, so there's still a lot of ability to adjust. And that locks that into place. Now your weaving is fully protected. So even if you didn't do the tightest job of weaving, even if you didn't fully finish, you still have your weaving fully protected by the frame. Clean up any little bits that are still flying away there. Just going to tuck that in. There we go. And then the very last thing is to decide which way's up. Is this up? Is this up? Which way is up for you? We are going to display these vertically, and then write your name right down here, okay? And I'm going to give you a little sticker for you to write your name right there in Sharpie. Let me show you.